Every October, thousands of board gamers descend on the city of Essen with just one goal: to experience cardboard heaven. And every year, thousands leave with empty wallets, sore backs, and at least one game they bought because the box art spoke to them. And as I sit here speaking to you, it is officially that time of year again. Essen Spiel 2025 is upon us. The Mecca of Meeples, the Colosseum of cardboard, and of course the Olympics of overbuying. But whether you're packing your passports to head there this year, or watching from home like a gremlin with a wish list, like me, there are certain traps lurking in those convention halls. My name is Jason, this is the Meeple Minded, and today we're taking a look at the top 5 Essen Spiel traps and how you can avoid them. Now, we're not heading to Essen Spiel this year. No jet lag, no overpriced pretzels, no navigating German transport with a bag full of rulebooks. But we have been before, and we've seen things that can only be described as a board gamer's version of the trenches. So today's video is your friendly public service announcement: the pitfalls, the perils, and the cardboard chaos to dodge if you want to make it through Essen Spiel with your sanity, budget, and back muscles intact.
Hall 3 Black Hole.
Hall 3 is the gravitational centre of the entire convention. You walk in to just have a quick look, and then 3 hours later you're clutching lots of tote bags, your phone's dead, and you're pretty sure you've joined a new board game cult or religion. It is by far the biggest and loudest hall, the one with all of the major publishers and thus the longest queues. It's where hype lives and self-control goes to die. Once you're in, the sheer sensory overload makes time meaningless. You forget there are other halls, other games, and even other days. While it would be very foolhardy of me to say just avoid Hall 3 altogether, I can say that planning is actually your best friend. Go in with a mission. Know which booths you want to hit, get what you came for, then leave before you forget your own name. Treat Hall 3 like the boss level. Enter, conquer, escape.
Exclusive FOMO.
So you know the feeling. You see a crowd around a booth, someone's waving euros like a maniac, and suddenly you're convinced you need whatever it is that they're all super excited about. That FOMO is real. You don't know the theme, the mechanics, or even the price. But one thing is for certain: it's the next big thing. This is the exclusive FOMO panic trap. It's the fear that if you don't buy it now, you'll never see that game again. In reality though, 90% of Essen Spiel exclusives show up at retail or online within weeks. This is a simple one to avoid by expanding your planning of Hall 3 to include all the different halls. Make a list before you go. Check what's actually releasing soon and what's just convention marketing smoke. If you're really tempted, sleep on it. If you still want it the next day, fair enough. Otherwise, congratulations, you've saved yourself €50 and some suitcase space.
The Demo Delusion.
The scene is set. You've queued for 45 minutes, finally sat down, and realised within 3 turns you hate it. But you smile politely because you've committed now, right? Essen demos can be deceiving. You often get a half game, and that's if you're lucky. The person teaching the game is on hour 7 or of repeating the same rule explanation. It's not that demos are bad. They're just rarely the full experience, and while you're stuck waiting to roll your first dice, you could have seen 5 other games. I personally try to avoid demo games as much as possible when attending any convention, let alone Essen. Instead, I opt to watch short video overviews before I go, or observe them from the sidelines instead. You'll learn almost as much just watching a few turns play out. Save full plays for your home. Only once you have done this kind of research will you know if you truly need a demo. And if so, try and book a slot instead of relying on the turn up and hope for the best approach.
The Luggage Lie.
I think it's safe to say we have all come into contact with that promise you made yourself. I'll only buy what fits in my suitcase. 3 days later, you're sat on your bag with your entire body weight, trying to squeeze in one more expansion and wondering if you really need all those pesky clothes that you travelled with. This is what I call the luggage lie. Cardboard is not compressible. Games tend to want to hold their shape for some obscure reason, and suddenly that neat suitcase looks like an escape room puzzle where things have to be placed exactly in the right orientation. Even worse, all of this is going down in an airport terminal, with airport security now asking lots of intrusive questions that lead you to believe that a strip search may well be in your immediate future. It's time for me to share the bad news with you and say that to avoid this, you have to be realistic and show some restraint. Bring an extra suitcase, pay the extra luggage charge, or look into planning to ship stuff home and maybe set a firm spending limit. Otherwise, you'll end up choosing between feeding yourself or feeding your cardboard addiction, and we all know that the addiction will win.
Convention Exhaustion.
By Sunday, your fitness app is going to be having a meltdown after you've walked 100,000 steps, eaten just one bag of trail mix, and your body's running entirely on caffeine and regret. You're on the Meeple's edge. It goes without saying that Spiel is huge. 4 days of bright lights, crowds, noise, and overstimulation. Everyone wants to see it all, but you won't, and trying to will break you faster than a bad Kickstarter campaign. It's the physical and mental fatigue that hits the hardest. Make sure you schedule lots of rest breaks. Sit down, hydrate yourself, and eat food that will help keep you energized. And step outside for 10 minutes every now and again. And remind yourself that the real world still exists. You'll enjoy it far more if you pace yourself. And there you go, guys. 5 Essen traps and a handful of ways to make sure your trip doesn't end in physical, financial, or emotional bankruptcy. Whether you're flying out, driving in, or, like me, watching jealously from afar, hopefully this helps you survive the cardboard chaos of Essen Spiel, or indeed other conventions in the future. If you have ever fallen for one of these traps, tell me which one in the comments. But until next time, I have been Jason, you have been watching The Meeple Minded, and as always, I will see you on the next one.